most fun in my life in the hood. So I mean, that's you know what I mean. I mean,
Definitely
my
is in the
my
hood. Shout
best
out to the
friend.
hood. Here we go.
What's up?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I
I
have a
mean,
special guest today. His name is
mhm,
JT. Everybody knows him
mhm,
in these streets. They know where he comes
mhm,
from, but he's going to introduce himself today. He's got some things
yeah,
he wants to say, so he wanted to come to talk to Cruella.
hell
Welcome,
yeah.
control of the century. How's it going?
I'm making it. I mean, like people keep trying to insert themselves in the shit that doesn't involve them, and I noticed that you have just kind of hung out and done your thing. I mean, you're busy doing a whole bunch of other shit. So I mean, I've noticed that. So I mean, you do your own thing. I mean, I see you promoting constantly in your Discord and not being involved with anybody's shit. Really, I mean, that's what I've seen. And people like Mr. Unknown and stuff, they're just butthurt, and then they ask you for a bunch of shit all the time. And I mean, I don't, you ain't heard me ask you for nothing. So I mean, and that's just not my style. So I mean, I do my own thing, and you do your own thing, and I like to watch what you do. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you like to do your thing, and I enjoy it. So I mean, a lot of these people, I don't even understand what the obsession is that Mr. Unknown has with you. And it's like, well, and he was trying to enlist me into having a problem with you that doesn't exist. Why would I have a problem with her? She's doing her own thing, bro. Leave her alone. So, but I've been listed as some kind of racist and this and that, and just like a lot of people, he does. He brings that race card into it
Right away.
right away, and he's talking about, oh, you only have white women on your panel. They don't call you out and all this other shit. Well, I've seen plenty of white women call you out. I mean, like, and be pissed off at you and stuff. I mean, look at Fire. Look at this woman. Look at that woman. Plenty of them women over there gave you shit. Maybe it was justified. Maybe it was unjustified. I mean, I don't know. I don't care. It's not my deal.
I
But
thank you
for
for
him,
standing up for me, JT.
yeah, for him to say, oh, well, you don't have any. Well, why does it got to be a race thing? Why does
It
it got
is
to go into
because
that
you're
right away?
helping. What they
Yeah,
call it
oh,
in YouTube streets is the white knight, remember? So you're white knighting
yeah,
for me. They don't want you to. And
right.
now they're trying to use very negative things to state that you're a racist. But I know you're not. I know
I
you're
mean,
a wonderful man. I know that we've been through some things in other sectors.
mm,
You've never said anything bad about me. I've said
no, no.
I've said things about you because I was trolling you. I
Yeah,
trolled you and you still
mm,
gave me the respect. So
yeah,
I'll give you the respect that you deserve because you
mm,
said cut it out. You said you're
yeah,
not even involved. Why don't you step back and take a look at what you're really saying? And you
yeah.
changed my life, JT. So I
Well,
appreciate you being a good man and being respectful to things that are real. People are getting messy, even if you're in a relationship and, because I'm learning, you can get into a relationship on
mm,
YouTube, but everyone
yeah,
doesn't have to be in it. Everyone doesn't have to be involved in it. And when your business
no,
gets out there, I was in a professional relationship with Mr. Unknown. I was
mm,
only showing him how to use the StreamYard, teaching him how to go live, basically promoting his show and
mm,
bringing people to him because he said he wanted different content. I
right,
am, a person that will promote. I
right,
have a lot of entrepreneurial skills. I have 30 years of marketing. And, I'm trying to help people in a positive way. I think we can all go to the top. I don't think we should all be sitting around trying to beat each other down because some people have
mm,
good content where they, like we went back to the 80s the other night and we were talking
right,
about Run DMC and, just all the good, rappers that really talked about things that were positive and not
Oh
negative.
yeah.
And
Oh
so we
yeah.
want to talk about positive things. So, with that said, JT, you want to, tell me what's being said about me? I mean, you can do it however you want, sir, but
You're
at the
paying
end of
people and you're
the day,
doing this and you're doing that. If anybody has anything to positive to say about you or anything that, or they don't have a problem with you or they're not on board with attacking you with Mr. Unknown, well, they're getting paid by you. Well, I mean, I showed my Cash App, motherfucker. Where's it at? I'm too proud to be asking a woman for money. I mean, I was raised that the man provides to be a man, and if you don't provide, you ain't a man.
I
And
never
so
hit your cash app.
for
I've
him,
never
for
hit your cash app, just to
for
be clear.
him to sit there and beg from a woman for her to
Yes,
pay for shit,
yes.
you ain't a man. I
He
mean, so
begged me.
and like this idea that I'm supposed to fucking attack, somebody that was hurt that attacked me and did some fucked up shit, like for example, like Patrick or whatever. I mean, hurt people, and you got to take a step back and realize that, and then you got to have some forgiveness in your heart. And you know what? We were able to overcome that as a couple of grown men. We were able. I was able to give some forgiveness to him. He was able to give some forgiveness to me, and we overcame it. So what's the problem? That don't make the man a pedophile or this and that he keeps fucking putting out there that he is and saying the shit, about him that he's saying. It ain't right, and what Mr. Unknown is hurt. He's hurt by something because he's a little bitch right now. He's being a little bitch and he's sitting there and he's fucking saying that, all these people are bad people because they ain't attacking you because apparently he wanted you real bad. You're supposed to be married, man. You're supposed to
Yeah,
have a woman,
yeah.
and you're chasing all these women around and simping for them on YouTube. You're simping for Sarah right now. You're sitting there on the lookout for a white woman. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And
And you got a wife.
Lycan is not liking that, right?
Oh,
Lycan's
I'm
not
sure he's not.
liking that because he only
Oh,
had one black person in his group and she left. I was there, made too many.
well, I
So
mean, Lycan
whenever
might be
she left,
liking it.
now he needs
You
at
never
least
know.
one black person. He just didn't want him.
Well, Lycan might like it. He might be liking it a lot. He likes black men. So I mean, you never
Well,
know.
then that means that, he can go over there and unicorn over there. It's Pride Month. I don't shelter, I don't coat, or do I care? But Mr. Unknown is trying to tell everyone to come after me to destroy my
Yeah.
channels. And every time that they break the channel down, JT, I build another one. They can't
Hmm.
stop me. He can't stop me. So I don't know why he's trying to get people to hate me when all I do is cruise the YouTube streets with my beauty and my love and my blessings. I
Well, I
don't hurt
mean,
anybody.
I told the man straight up, look, she didn't do nothing to me. I didn't do nothing to her. Ain't neither one of us hurt each other. Why are we gonna start now?
I'm not going
It
to
doesn't make
start.
no sense. It don't
I
make no
want to
motherfucking
introduce
sense
you
for
to
me.
people. I want you to come to the black sectors so that you can
I
see
mean,
that again, they're not racist. White people don't subscribe because they don't know.
well,
Black people don't
well,
subscribe because they don't know. It's not because we're not wanting to intermingle. And
well, my
I
best
feel like
friend in the
being a
whole
black
world is black.
person, I
I
could do
mean,
that.
my best friend in the whole world is black. I mean,
We don't we don't have to shelter ourselves and be, in one group. He'll come back whenever his phone's, you know, but we have to stay together and work together and be honest with each other.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
I don't know why it keeps.
Technology, darling, technology. It's because the ethers doesn't want the truth to get out here. And it's so
yeah.
grateful name. And and again, I like how I was able to ask you, can we do this interview rather than just go behind the scenes? Everything's behind the scenes when you want to tell the truth. So you
Right.
came to me and told me something. I said, can we please put it out here so that we don't have to be behind the scenes? You can tell
Right.
me everything you need to tell me. And I will tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
that tonight I'm doing an interview on T History Show. I want you guys
I'll
to
check it
come.
out. I
I
will
want you
be.
to put it on your page. You promote other people and
Mhm.
go into different sectors. You learn that they're not being messy over there. There's a lot of African American people that don't want that messy stuff either, brother. and they know how to
Right.
stop it. And that's where I want to be. I want to be with people that nip it in the butt right away.
Well, my best friend in the whole world is black, and his name is Martin Luther King. His last name happened to be King, and his parents named him Martin Luther. And
That's
he looks like
amazing.
he looks more like John Henry, though. I mean, he's just a big old man. And he's got a large heart too. And I mean, we've had our best times in the hood. I've had some of my funnest times in the hood. I hang out with him. He comes here to Galveston. He hangs out with me.
Right.
He brings the hood with him. A
My
lot of
best friend
times,
is
and we
a
go to the
mutt.
beach. You
She's
know,
white. She's
you know,
Indian. She's all types of
yeah,
things. I like
yeah,
nationalities that are mixed, but I also like solid nationality people too. See,
yeah.
Caucasians are actually mixed people because they're French and German. They're not just straight Italians. So they're actually mixed people where African American people, they're mixed too with Indians and different things and
Mhm.
Somalians. So we're all kind of mixed up in things.
Oh,
But when you
absolutely.
learn cultures, that's when it's fun. When you learn different music,
Mhm.
when you learn different foods, when you can say, I don't like that because I really ate it. You didn't like it because
Mhm.
you didn't try it, type of stuff. Get that out of here. Even if you don't
Well,
like someone, how do you not like them? Because you heard it from
exactly,
somebody else. And JT,
exactly.
that's one thing about these YouTube streets. I never knew you, but I talked to you one time and I liked you. And so I
Right.
never stopped liking you from that first time we ever spoke. But when I was trolling you because somebody else was in my ear. And that
Mhm.
negative energy, bro, it's just horrible because it
It
swoops around
is,
and then
and
you
it
get
has an
all up
effect on
in
your health.
you're
Even it
jumping
just,
on panels and screaming like, fuck you, motherfucker. You don't want this goddamn smoke. I'll smack you. And then everybody's, JB
yeah.
Gunner is where I started.
Mhm.
So I started from the gun squad. I'm the
Right.
gremlin, you know, and he was hurt that I left because he didn't want me talking to Eli. So
Mhm.
I might have been wrong for what I did, but I can't go back. I just know that I forgive. I don't say nothing bad about that man. Shadow was
Mhm.
or Mr. Unknown was running around saying that he created me, but
Mm.
I was created by the gun squad. So, on some real shit, I will give JB props before I would
Yeah.
ever give Mr. Unknown props.
You created yourself when you were damn
I
good and
sure
ripping.
did.
And that's just the way it is. I mean,
But
that's
I
that's how it
started in a
really is.
community that allowed me to be myself. I mean, people
Right.
say he's a racist and all that stuff, but it's not racist, it's prejudice. A lot of people
Right.
are prejudiced to things they don't understand. Some people never
Mhm.
had it and they don't know how to like it, bro. But once you
Oh
like it, see, JB liked me. So he didn't care what color I was.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows my nationalities, but he didn't care. He genuinely liked Janet. And I
Well,
think
we're
that's
all
the
mixed.
problem.
I mean, like I'm
Right.
15% African myself. I mean, goddamn. I mean, I'm a good blend of whatever Texas is because I have family that's been here in Texas a long time, and then my dad was from more of the northern side. But my mom is all Texan, so I mean, it's definitely a blend of
Yeah,
Hispanic
I'm
and
a gypsy
Mexican,
too,
and
Brian.
yeah. So I mean, I'm African and Hispanic
And
and white.
whatever we
I'm
are,
Jewish.
it's just the fact, are we truth tellers or liars? And one
Yeah.
thing
Oh,
about you, you're a king troll of the century, but you should add truth on that too. Because you're
yeah.
out in the streets just telling the truth. Every time you make a clip, they try to say you're triggered. You're not triggered, JT. You're telling the truth and they get
Mhm.
triggered. And
Yeah.
that is what I want you to continue to do. Continue to know that I respect you. Thank you for white knighting. Again, Mr. Unknown just needs to get his channel back up. He
Well,
went ahead.
white knighting, the definition is that you're doing it to sleep with that woman,
Well,
and
let's
so
change
that's
the
not what I'm
definition
doing.
of the word. Let's
That's
change the
not
word then.
that's not white knighting.
How about
That's
your
not what I'm doing.
warrioring? You're a
Yeah,
warrior.
I'm just telling the truth the way it is and saying, hey, this woman didn't do nothing to you, and she don't owe you nothing, motherfucker. Leave her the fuck alone. That's all that there is to it. That's just being a man and standing up and saying what's right. You know what I mean? That ain't white knighting. You
I
know?
appreciate it though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, since
I'm not
you're out
doing
here in
that.
these YouTube streets, we're going to call you a warrior for the truth.
I mean, if you gave it up, I wouldn't say no, but I'm just saying that.
Thank you, darling.
I'm just
Thank
saying
you.
that ain't the reason why I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Miss
Uh,
Janet, she rides alone, darling.
yeah,
I'm a lone
yes, yes,
ranger. I don't
yeah,
need anyone. It's like, no. I'm so
yeah.
lonely.
I
I have
just,
nobody. Where's ODN? I love
I,
you, ODN.
I'd say I would say the truth because it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Yes,
There's no other reason to say it. I mean, I don't need a reason to say the truth. You know, I told him straight up. You know, and you know the fact that he cannot just be a cool dude and be a friend. Whenever I say I don't have any reason to attack the people that you want to attack, and he has to turn it around and attack me, just shows that his own lack of character. You know, and that's all that shows. I mean,
well,
because
what
I could have
happened
been
with
cool
him
with
and
him.
ODN? Because ODN came and apologized to me.
Mm.
He said he
Well,
called me horse mouth or something.
that's a possibility. I mean, anything that I may have said inadvertently about you too, I apologize. I didn't mean nothing by it. You know, if I ever said anything, I don't think that I did. You know, but
That's some
anything's
real shit,
possible.
though. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that. That's real niggas do real
yeah,
shit right
yeah.
there.
So I mean,
I'll apologize too, JT. You know, if I did or said anything to offend you or hurt you, and
mm,
I want to do that to
I
Susie, and I
bet
want to do that to Fire Witch and Ice. I even want to do that to Shangy because, like, at the end of the day, I don't got a problem with none of them people, bro. Like
exactly,
I
exactly.
don't, and I don't want people to like keep holding on to animosity. Like even Mama Goonie, I went to her stage and got in trouble about being there with Susie. So if
Yeah,
anything, Mama Goonie should have had my fucking back.
yeah.
I went to
I
support
love
Mama
Mama
Goonie.
Goonie. I love Mama Goonie. I mean, she's my
I did
girl. You
too.
know,
I went to
but
support her, and then I got bit by a
yeah.
spider, bro. So I got real sick behind, the stream. She didn't even
Mm,
kick me off the stage. She put me down underneath. She never
right.
even kicked me off the stage. So to me, it was like I was trying with her alone on Mama Goonie's corner, not because you came from Lycan. I
Yeah.
just happened to find you there. And that's what I
But I
feel
mean,
like. Some of us find each other in different places, but we're all looking for something, man. Is
I
you
don't
looking
agree.
to talk shit or is you looking to
Yeah.
be about that shit?
Right, exactly. And I don't agree with everything Mama Goonie does and says, but I mean, I love her anyway. You know what I mean? And she probably loves me too. And that's okay. You know, she doesn't agree with everything I do or say. But I mean, or the same people, she doesn't have to hate the same people I hate, and I don't have to hate them.
That's funny because I was really about to go back out and come back in. It seems like the StreamYard's acting funny. It's always acting funny though. There you are. I
I'm
was just
sorry.
about to tell you that. No, hold on.
Thing. Oh, is it working? Oh no, she got kicked off.
No, I
Oh, there
didn't
you
actually get kicked off. I've just tried to reset the stream. It says it doesn't support private or video, so I can't see what people are typing.
are. Oh no, okay.
Yeah, I have to go all the way out here to see what everybody's typing. Which is okay. But again, I thank you guys for coming and I thank
Mhm.
y'all for, allowing it to be what it is because at the end of the day, I wanted to
Yeah.
do it private and he said no, go ahead and turn it on public because
Well,
I
you can
don't
do
want
whatever
to
you
hurt
want, baby. Is
nobody.
what
I
I
don't
told
want
you.
anybody coming up here jumping on folks. And that's what I said that day when you came to the chat room. So let's talk about it because we weren't working together. We weren't doing anything together. You
No.
the night before you said those words to me and I respected you in ODN's chat room. So when you came past and you just said hi, it gave me a reassurance that I did the right thing and that you were commending that. I didn't think you were ever coming back to my channel. I didn't think you were ever going to type anything else in the chat room. So whenever that issue took place, I was really hurt by her because that was the point where I saw that there wasn't mature behavior. And that
Right.
hurt
Right.
because that was where I was going to have to let her go, but she let herself go. We didn't kick her out. She
Yeah.
chose to leave. And again, I even wanted her to come back because she misunderstood it all. She didn't give a
Mm,
chance to communicate and understand what things really are. And, that's why, again, I'm glad you came and told me that Mr. Unknown is definitely talking about me. I don't watch his channel. I'm not sub to him. I could care less.
mm,
That's the only way you're really going to show somebody that you don't fuck with them. If you
right.
sub to their channel, sitting there spying on them, giving them a dislike. I've been told people that likes and dislikes all count. The reason it all
Mm,
counts is because you still viewed the shit. That's not rocket science. So anybody who thinks that they're hurting somebody, hurt them by stop talking about them. Hurt them
mm.
by going in a different direction and really leaving them alone.
Ignoring them completely.
Totally, bro. Find some
Because
new friends.
all the thumbs up and thumbs down is a feedback. Like you watch the content and you give them feedback. And so therefore it counts towards whatever, positive or negative. It doesn't matter. They count it. So I mean, whenever they do a whole bunch of thumbs down, I mean it counts towards the fact that they watched your shit. And that's what YouTube acknowledges.
So
And
what was
that's
he
it.
saying about me?
He's stuck on you. He's obsessed, and when men get obsessed about women like that, it gets to a point to where it becomes um unnatural, obsession, with somebody that's not fucking with you at all. It's
Right.
one thing
Should I
like
be
sharing
concerned?
fucks with me. I don't know. I mean, but he does the same obsession with anybody that doesn't want to jump on board. So he's doing it with me. He's doing it with ODN. He's doing it with whoever. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think that you should be concerned, and I would hope not, But I'm sure you can defend yourself. So I mean, it shouldn't even.
Well, he has my personal information because we did business together. And I
I
just
know all
got a
about it
call
can
from
defend himself.
Michigan right before we got started. Remember? Remember, I
Hmm.
told you that someone was calling me from Michigan? That's where he lives. So right
Right.
before we started this is why we started late, remember? Because that call came in. So
Hmm.
he's trying to stalk me in the real world now. And I didn't know all this, but I was getting some weird things going on. And
Hmm.
now that you're saying this, JT, I feel like I do need to be concerned because Mr. Unknown is a dangerous man.
Well, as a woman, you should always be
Doing this
vigilant.
for fun. He's doing this to try to dox me or to hurt me or to whatever. This could be serious, bro.
Well, anything's possible. I mean, I don't want to throw it out there as being like that, unless I'm sure it's like that. But I mean, it seems to be a little bit of a obsessive type of thing, and it's constantly about you. Like, oh, Janet, 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 Janet. I mean, my world doesn't revolve around Janet. I got a lot of things going on in my life. I mean, I like her. I like to watch her. I'll watch her while I'm doing my homework, or maybe I'm at work or whatever. I'll be listening. But this idea that I'm obsessing about her or something like that in such a way, like I'm concerned with what she's doing, as far as whatever, who she's hanging with or who she's sleeping with or who she's, what if she's doing drugs or doing this or doing. I don't care what she does.
I don't
You know
do
what I mean?
anything but marijuana.
Exactly. Well, I mean, even if you did more, it wouldn't matter to me. I mean, it's not of my concern. I
Right.
either enjoy watching your shows or I don't. And I
Well, I
do enjoy it.
appreciate
I,
that.
yeah. So I mean, what you do with your life is only hurting you. It ain't hurting me. So why am I going to be sitting there obsessing about it? You know what I mean? And so he
Yeah.
obsesses about it, and I don't understand why. Whatever you're doing ain't hurting him. It would be hurting you if you're doing something negative, to your own life. So I mean, it just don't really make sense. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, it's one thing if somebody was out there and they're talking shit about you, like like Gina and Sarah, they talk shit about me, and Lycan Theory talks shit, and does his thing, and I just talk shit back, and they don't want me to tell my side of the story. You want to tell a story, you got to realize that the other side's out there, so whenever they tell a story. okay, well, now I get my side. There's his, hers, and there's the truth. And unfortunately, many times my side of the story ends up being closer to the truth than the other person's. And that's really unfortunate, for me, because you start thinking, well, maybe it's somewhere in between. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, you start
the
to
reality is,
second guess the truth, and that's not fair. And
yeah,
I'm going over to T History channel. I'm actually it's in the chat room. They're putting it out there now, but it's at 12:30. So he actually is going to interview me, JT, about
cool.
I guess everything that's been going on in the YouTube
Hmm.
street. So this is actually going to help my interview because like I said, I unsubscribed. I'm not gonna lie. I unsubscribed
Hmm.
and I moved on. I went in another direction. I introduced myself to people. They don't have a problem with me. So, I'm moving on. Am I hurt
Yeah.
that the friendships were lost? Yes. Would I fix some of them? I wish I could. Uh,
Hmm.
am I sad or angry or talking about people? Not at all.
Right. I haven't heard you say Mr. Unknown, Mr. Unknown, Mr. Unknown, and have the same obsession about him that he has about you. I mean, what it boils down to, Mr. Unknown, is this: if you're listening, she just ain't that into you, bro. Move on. You know.
He said it.
I mean,
He
I
said
don't know
it,
how
but
to
I
put
was taking it.
it. She just wasn't that into you. It's okay.
No, I love Josiah. I love Josiah. Shout out to Josiah in the chat room, holding it down. I love my people that love me. I'm not playing those things that make folks wonder. I'm not hurting folks. I'm not making people feeling mean. And I want to thank JT. I want to thank him for sharing and Karen. He's the one that told me, like, calm down,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we as people, we the people can do better together when we're only
Hmm.
just trying to help. If you
Right,
lose that feeling and go with that emotion, it means you're going to be a lot calmer when you're speaking to people. You'll have
right.
a little
Absolutely.
bit more understanding.
We both get a chance to listen to each other and hear what each other has to say, and there's no miscommunications and stuff. I mean, if he had any questions, he could have asked me, and I answered all his questions. And the problem was he didn't like the answers I gave, and that's the problem he really had with me. Is that he wanted me to attack Janet. I said I ain't got no reason to do that. I'm not manufacturing beef that does not exist. Go fuck yourself, basically, and he didn't like that answer. And so therefore I became the enemy. And that's just no way to live, for a man. And what is your issue that you got to have all these other people jump on board with you whenever you have a beef with somebody? I can handle my beefs all by myself. I ain't asking nobody to jump in, you
Right. If
know?
he's got a problem, he could come up here and tell me what the problem is. He can't
Exactly.
even tell you what the problem is.
No, he
He
can't.
just says,
No.
get Janet off these YouTube streets. Why? Because you're mad?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, the thing is if I have extra people jump onto my beef, that creates more problems than what is necessary. That creates beef between whoever jumped on and the person I got beef with. That's a problem. That's creating more hurt than is necessary. If I got a problem with somebody, I go to that person and I say, "Look, I got a problem with the way you're fucking talking this way and you're saying this shit about me. I don't fucking like it." And here's the other side of this fucking story. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? And that's the way I like to fucking do it. Um,
Me
like
too,
my beef,
bro. That's how
my
I
beef,
did it, though, didn't I? I jumped
yeah,
up on that stage. I cracked their backs, didn't I?
yeah,
They
yeah.
like,
I
this bitch
mean,
is crazy. This bitch is no, I speak my mind. I tell the
mhm.
truth. I know every thought that's coming out of my head, and I talk faster than you. So when you're over there creating the lie, I'm over here creating the truth.
Right. Well, hit them with the logic. You know
There
what
it
I mean?
is. It's the
I mean,
logic of, but since they're not smart enough to comprehend, bro, because they're too busy trying to create the negative energy.
hmm Well, I mean, if you hit them with the logic, I mean, that's going to do it every time. Logic and
Well,
facts, and
we already know Jamie's gay.
yeah.
Everybody knows that. He even knows that. He was so
Mm.
gay on his stream last night, you could just tell. Like it just radiates off of him. And then I only looked at it for a second, and guess who they're talking about?
What?
Empress Janet.
Oh, damn.
So I
Imagine
control
that.
streams. So they're big mad that I can control your stream by hitting your chat room, blowing that shit up with either positive or negative energy. Because I'll troll the shit out of you, won't I? But if I come to support, my support's so great that I'll bring other people to your chat and stream. So I want to
Right.
be the good guy like that. I don't want to have to keep going over there triggering Jamie's show just to laugh, to sit there and say, wow, I just triggered him with 3 words. All of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
he's worried about what Janet's doing. Janet is
Mm-hmm.
if their names are coming out my mouth, it's because I'm laughing that they're over there still worried about Janet. You can't
Right.
worry about me as much as another person don't worry about you. If I ain't
Right.
worried about you, why y'all worry about me?
Well, I
They
mean,
mad
it's
because I got their money, the money. See,
right.
Jamie always got a donation when I came through. His money is low, his fake Cash App hits, those are all fake.
Probably.
So, yeah, I know they are because we used to go behind the scenes.
They wouldn't
And
surprise
he
me.
used to do it for me when I didn't have the money. So when I didn't
Mm.
have the money and I had to run out of the house and go put it in my bank account, Jamie would say I hit his shit, the anonymous person.
Mm.
Mm.
Imagine that.
So
Imagine
listen,
that.
when he told you guys that everything was scripted, he meant that shit. Us good content creators, a lot of your shit will be scripted because you're not a good actress. I am a good actress, JT. So when we just went live right here, this is all non-scripted stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
We're just on whatever it is, and this is my
mm,
spaceship. I could
yeah.
take
Well,
you
I
to
mean,
anybody's chat room if I want to. I could take you to anybody's channel right now if I want to. That's why they don't understand portal jumping. If they watched the stupid Matrix movie, you would know more than you realize. Because
right,
again,
right.
we're in a different world in the internet world. We can go to
Mm,
Canada and visit Shanghai right now if we wanted to.
that's right. We can visit
Right. So
everybody.
don't sit up here and act like we're not going state to state, country to country. Motherfuckers act like
Yeah.
they and you're in your bedroom in Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. What state you live in, JT?
Texas.
Well, so picture
Mm,
that. I'm in PA, you in Texas, but we together right now. So
that's
that's
right.
a vortex in itself.
Galveston Island, like you couldn't get any more south than where I am. So I mean, I'm below I-10. So I mean, that's how south I am.
So Jamie told me he was insecure. He told me that he
Oh,
was very insecure and that he's not good in crowds of people.
oh
So
yeah.
how do you think all this behavior that he's created really is affecting him when he really doesn't deal with people? He really don't like people. He only likes people that will do things for him because he's a brat.
Well, I mean, he can't even be himself. You know what I mean? If I can't be who I am and attracted to what I want to be attracted to and do what I want to do, no, I couldn't live that kind of a life. How about you?
I
That sounds
couldn't.
like a terrible life.
I
I
could
mean, so
never
I feel
be what
sorry
I
for him in a lot of ways.
I do. I really do because I liked him. And he knew
Yeah.
I liked him. That's why he came up to my stage and said, nigger, 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 nigger. He was my troll, the king of the century troll. He was my troll. I
Mm,
allowed him to troll me ever since Fellowships Online Funhouse because he was funny. He didn't come in
mm,
there being rude. He never came
right.
to the stage to be rude, but he was funny. So he was allowed to troll me. But I'll tell you the story. Shadow was trying to make a villain squad. So I was going around promoting for everyone. So I introduced Shadow to Lycan. Lycan came to the stage and I said, Lycan, would you like to be part of the villain squad? Meaning everyone was going to make up a villain name, go to their channels, be great, have fun, but know that we were all in the squad of the villains. Just meaning that if we all came together, we would change our pictures, put our little content on, be funny, be simple, do all the weird things that we were all doing because Jamie makes cartoons. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to create like a movie cartoon of all of us, like you,
Right.
JT, you know what I'm saying, Shane, all of us, and get us all into this little movie thing that he would have created for us. But he doesn't want to be friends with other people that are great or doing as good as him. And that's weird because that's not a good leader. A good leader likes other leaders and followers become leaders so that everyone could lead and learn. We're all
Yeah.
in an equal state, but we're all not like the same. Get it? Like you might know something that I might not know, that I you might know something and I might not know it. But you
Right.
can teach me and then I will know it. And I can
Mm-hmm.
teach other people that maybe you weren't able to teach.
Right.
But we are
Yeah, that's
all
true.
learning something new, something vibrant, something fresh, something that allows you to be yourself more in these hard times.
Oh yeah.
Anxiety is on a high right now. A lot of people have
Mm-hmm.
panic attacks and they don't even know that they're having one because they never had one before. That's why I
Right.
like to do the mental health thing because everyone has a disability. ADHs are running high, OCDs, I mean, hoarders, it's a lot. And when you want to just have fun and let that stuff go, you shouldn't judge people. People
Oh yeah.
react off their emotions a lot. Doesn't make us like not perfect people. We're all perfect for what the universe made you for. But if you
Yeah.
don't know what you're perfect for, then everyone keeps saying you're not perfect. I am perfect. I'm flawedly perfect. I'm just flawedly perfect, honey. It means I
We
can
all make
fuck up
our
and I'm
mistakes, you know.
still okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
gonna be all right.
we all make it. We all got our flaws and make our mistakes, and it is what it is. But in our own ways, like you said, we're perfect. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're perfectly flawed, like you said. Yep. Exactly. That makes sense. I mean, so yeah. I mean, I don't know why they can't accept people for whoever the fuck they are. Because hey, Lycan's gay. I accept that. That's fine. He can be gay over there all he wants,
All they
and do
want. They can be over there making crazy stories all they want. I know that's right, Brian. Said I'm perfect for someone. That's exactly where you use the word, right, JT? We're all
oh yeah.
perfect for someone. Maybe not for
Hmm.
you. That's why I created Cruella channel because I like Emma Stone. Shout out to Emma Stone. She's in the
Yeah,
new
she's cool.
Cruella movie and she
Hmm.
played the shit out of that woman, but that woman was not a villain at first. See, they tell the
Hmm.
real story of Cruella this time. They always made it like she just stole dogs and she was an evil witch. She was actually a very talented, quiet
Hmm.
woman who wanted to just create, design, and be great. And she didn't even know that her own mother was the problem of, her life. But she took upon herself to take care of herself. And that's
Right.
where I'm at. I took upon myself, darling, to take care of myself. My mental
Hmm.
state is important, darling. And I will not, and I mean, I will not tolerate ignorance and disrespect anymore. I will not hang out at your spot. I will not be a part of your group. If you want to sit there and talk about people and be messy, I will walk away. I was raised that way, and I will not continue to indulge in that behavior.
Right. Well, I think there's a lot of people out there that have been taught to abuse people, and so if you allow the abuse, they're going to continue to abuse, and you should never allow it, not even for a second.
I think we all do in a way because they love bomb you and that love bomb's fake. You get in a crowd, then you start acting like the crowd. And I've never been a
That's the
crowder.
truth.
So I got caught up
Mm.
in some things. I'll never blame anyone on these YouTube streets for my behavior. Everything I have done or said was because of me. I take fully
Hmm.
responsibility for that. And I know who I am, JT.
That's
I
right.
definitely appreciate you coming to me like a man because again, you could have done it on, one of your lives or just been over on your channel doing things that, others are doing, but you have been different ever since I've spoken to you, darling. And I will
Hmm.
continue to say that because you saved me. You
Oh
helped
yeah.
turn back on the angel light that you saw the first time you met me. The darkness has taken me for a ride and I
Well,
indulged in my dark angel because, again, you see Cruella's hair is blonde and it's black. We have two
Mm.
sides of us, the yin and the yang. We have to balance ourselves to be equal of ourselves, not equal of others, because we are all equal in human state. But you have to love yourself enough to tell yourself to sit down, to tell
Mm.
yourself to behave, to watch your mouth, to be more
Yeah.
respectful. What would you want somebody to do to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I I'm an atheist, and so there's this idea that for me that if we don't help each other, nobody else is going to help us, you know. So for me, I have a little bit of a different belief system, I guess, you know.
You're
So
allowed. You
I
can
think I think
explain.
I, I think that all we have is one another. You know, nobody, you know, is going to come in and save us. You know, we got to save each other. You know what I mean, and help each other and be there for each other because I mean, and there's no next life. You have to get a, you know, everything that you have is here today, you know, and
Yeah,
that's the most important thing, you know, and doing the best you can and being there for one another. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know. That's for me. That's the way I always feel about it, and that's the way I always view it. Is that, you know, I'll never get another moment like this moment with you,
right.
you know, and you know, in this lifetime, you know what I mean. And so right now is the most important thing. You know, being good to one another right now is the most important thing. You know, that this idea that we got to say, oh well, on the next life I'll get it right. Man, this may be the only life you got. You know, take care of it. You know what I mean? Now, today. You know, and that's the way I just always live my life, and I try to do the best I can at everything I can do. You know.
I
Oh,
definitely appreciate that. You
mm.
like that? I switched seats for you. You were
That's cool.
speaking that truth,
Yeah.
because it's
Oh yeah.
very true. I like your opinion, and your opinion matters. And I
Yeah.
do agree with a lot that you say. You have to be in the moment. The moment is
Mm.
what matters, JT. Forgiveness in the moment matters because if we don't ever be friends or fix that old relationship, forgiveness allows you to fix a new one or move on. And a lot of times
Mm.
people don't understand that forgiveness is only for yourself. You
That's
hurt
right.
yourself. You keep
Mm.
dwelling on something, you're just hurting yourself. You keep worrying about something, you're just hurting yourself. Just let it
Mm.
be. Let the
Yeah.
energy be, and you be a part of that energy so that you always know that you're never second guessing yourself.
That's right. I mean, a lot of times you're holding on to that negative energy because you think that you deserve to be hurt, and so you're hurting yourself, and that's why you're doing it. And so I just gotta, you know, the better I treat myself, the better I treat the people around me. You know, and that's the way you have to do it. You know, and you just have to be good to one another. That's all you can do. I mean, you got this one opportunity, and you should accept no abuse from no one. If they abuse you, it's time for them to go. You know, you can give them a second chance if you want, but if they do it again, it's definitely time to go. You know, you just got to get those people that are abusive people away from you until they learn to not be abusive. If that day ever comes, I mean, you just can't have people abusing you because that ain't good for you either. You got to have people that build you up and don't abuse you and don't mistreat you around you. And that's what you need. I mean, my best friend in the whole world, I talk about Martin, you know, Martin Luther
Mhm.
King, you know, my best friend. I mean, that's what we do for one another. We do everything for each other. Like I said, we go hang out in the hood. We got our areas in the hood that we go hang out at in Houston. And then we hang out here in Galveston Island and we have a good time with one another and we enjoy each other. And, you know, I mean, you know, I don't know what I'd do without him. You know, he's my best friend. So I mean, you know, those are the types of things that make life worth living. You
Yep.
know, he hangs out with my kids. I hang out with his. You know, we just we enjoy each other, and that's what life is about. You know, life ain't about all this YouTube drama, fighting bullshit. You know, that's not life. That's no way to live either.
No, it
You know.
isn't.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to hurt people for fun. I'll
Mm-mm.
hurt you because you hurt me, but I'm not going to hurt you for fun.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm going to show your little clip, okay, from your show.
Oh, okay.
This was something that you did here. So
Oh,
it's Jonathan Tuttle, Tuttle.
oh, yeah,
Actually, write you a comment because
yeah,
comments matter. Helps you get
Oh,
up there in the ethers of the YouTube. There's ethers and algorithms. Blah, blah, blah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's ethers and algorithms. All right, so here I'm gonna put you on full screen here.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember what I said.
Okay, hold on. I'm actually my blonde's kicking in. There we go.
Mr. Unknown, you're the one who can't talk shit about nobody. Let me explain something to you, little bitch. This is the way it fucking goes, motherfucker. You ain't shit. All you do is constantly fucking try to insert your motherfucking self in shit that ain't got shit to fucking do with you. You got some sort of fucking unnatural fucking obsession with Janet because she gave you a little bit of money or something one time. What kind of man takes money from a woman? So you ain't shit to me. I ain't got no respect for you. Why don't you move the fuck around, you little bitch? And that's all I can tell you. What is your obsession with me? What, now you're obsessed with me, ODN, and fucking Shangy? Go fuck yourself. Move the fuck around. Ain't nobody even fucking talking to you. Don't even nobody fucking care to know you. You're the one that walked in over here, dude. I'm just saying. Fuck off. Nobody fucking cares what you think.
Yeah, I mean, what other way is there to say it? He just wants to insert himself and wants to hurt Janet so bad that if somebody doesn't go and jump in on that and try to hurt Janet and abuse Janet and help him to abuse Janet because he needs help to abuse a woman, then they're the bad guy. Patrick didn't jump in on it, Odian didn't jump in on it, and JT didn't jump in on it, so now we're the devil. Okay. I don't give a shit. I ain't jumping in with you that hurt a woman or anybody else for that matter because that I don't have beef with myself. If I got a problem with somebody, I fucking address it to them. And they can either handle it or not. Now, like Sarah and Gina and like it through, apparently they're not going to apologize. I've gotten to where I'm accepting that. I got one more video I'm going to do probably, and it's going to be on that particular subject. I know exactly how I'm going to say it and do it. So I mean, it's just a matter of whenever I do it.
Right.
And so that's going to be that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to like move on from that too, because like you just
I'm
said,
moving
you're
on.
never going to say anything. But we know that you're not that person, and I believe in everything that you're saying, and others do too. But JT, a lot of people are afraid. They don't want to pick a side, but then they'll be right there in that person's chat room, steady listening to them talk smack on us or you, or your friend. I can't do that. If you talk smack on my friend, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
But
Like
when
with
someone's
Patrick last night, it was difficult.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Like with Patrick last night, it was difficult because all he did was make mention of you. But I mean, he really didn't say anything too bad. I mean, I don't think. But I mean, it still makes it difficult because you can't really control what that other person says, and you're trying to get your point across, and with them
I'm sorry,
on their
he's
stream.
Patrick. Patrick is Shangy, right?
Oh yeah. Oh God, I said his real name. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking.
No, it's fine. I know who he is.
Yeah,
I mean, he sent me emails. That's why I said I don't have a problem with him. If he's still angry with me, I
think
understand.
he mentioned you to say who Mr. Unknown was or something like that.
And everyone went crazy.
Yeah. He was just trying to go through the history of where Mr. Unknown come from.
From Tommy Gunn. If you guys want to say a different name, just say the Tommy Gunn.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because I really didn't come from him either. I was actually over there when I left Lycan. So when I
Right,
left Lycan, I went to Tommy Guns, and that's where Mr. Unknown was. Mr. Unknown comes from French Dose.
right.
So French Dose and them are all in a different sector. And that
Okay.
sector over there, they're all arguing about French Dose, this and that. And Unknown was with Mr. Dose. And then he betrayed Dose because he's a snake, and he went to Tommy. Then him and Tommy were talking shit on French Dose. Then I came in, and I was actually taking Mr. Shadow to go do better content rather than drama content. So
Right.
then we went together a different direction from Tommy because Tommy came up on his panel because they started falling out because there was a guy named KK Cavalli who was like accused of pedophilia, and Shadow was or Mr. Unknown. He actually changed his name to Shadow because he didn't want everybody to know Mr. Unknown because Mr. Unknown was the snake guy, right? So he changed his name to Shadow to try to hide himself, but he was still the same snake. Yeah, he actually made Cavalli his side man. Like, you know how we want co-hosts sometimes for our shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was making Cavalli that instead of Tommy, and he really made a bad decision. He should have picked Tommy because Tommy's a better content creator. He's a white guy, but he's cool as fuck. Like, he's really cool as hell. He just has one of those cool type chill panels where we can all talk about back in the day stuff, this day stuff, or whatever, music. He gets people from all around the world to come in too. Like, he got this guy from Germany over there, and they come from the UK.
Badass.
Yeah, I got friends from the UK and the Philippines because I go to the Philippines sometimes. So, you know, like, we going out and branching out helps people learn different things. And so Tommy was really upset, but Tommy came to the show one day and he was like, "You're done out here, Mr. Unknown. You're done out here." And that's where I got that shit from, bro. And now they're all copying, right? Because you know they all say it. But that's where it came from, the Tommy Gunn Show. He came up to, he was the only white guy that wasn't afraid of Mr. Unknown. He was the only one that just came up to the thing and was like, "You're done out here, bro. You're done out here. Don't be lying on people all the time." He was like, "You're sick. You're sick. You know, like, you're a fucked up individual." And then Mr. Unknown ran and said, "Well, Tommy's racist. Tommy's," and that's not what happened. But since I was there, then everybody's like, "Oh, fuck Janet." Like, and it wasn't like that because, you know, I agreed with Tommy. That's why I took his stand.
I couldn't personally see anybody being afraid of Mr. Unknown. I don't get it, you know, because I just started laughing at that guy. He's cracked me up. I thought
he's in a
it was some funny
wheelchair.
shit.
He tried to say he showed himself with a mask. That was his son. That was not even him. He showed like 5 different pictures of 5 different black people to me and Michelle Muttnuts. Muttnuts was like, "These are not the same black people." I was like, "Girl, you are so smart." Because like sometimes white people think that the same picture will be the same black person, but she was on that shit, bro. She was like, "That don't look like him." I said, "Girl, he showed us 3 different pictures. He showed this one picture with him and this Italian woman. Then he showed another picture of them standing by like the gardens, and the guy had a scar on his face. And then whenever he showed the video, he showed it with a mask on. That's what ODN was talking about. He had a black and white mask, and then he was like walking back and forth, like showing that he could walk, because Sharon is the one that came up with that he was in a hover round. And the reason she came up with that joke was because he told me all his business. So he told me he got shot in the war. And so if you got shot the way he said he got shot, he's disabled. He got shot in his back, bro, like right around where your spine is. Yes, he said he almost died and everything. He got bipolar. He takes medication just to like move. And I know servicemen. I was married to 2 of them, and one was injured, and he got shot and lost his little intestine and his spleen, bro. So I know when you get shot, there's a chance that something's going to be like wrong. And he always would say, "I'm walking the dog. I'm walking the dog." And he would take so long to walk this dog. And So Sharon, you know how smart she got a smart mouth. She was like, he took so long to walk the dog because he was in his hover round. So that's where the hover round came from. It wasn't me. I haven't said nothing about that man like since now, but I haven't said nothing about that man since the day that I told him good luck in his endeavors. Take care of
if he's this country, I mean, he's got respect for that. I mean, you know, but this idea that is that how he got shot? He got shot serving his country, or
yeah, he got shot in the war. So he's bipolar, bro. So he's going through an episode rather than trying to be my friend and say he was sorry like the normal people would. He's like big hurt, butt hurt, mad on a mission to fuck. Like, you know, it's like when you break up with a girl and she wants to be with you. She's gonna like follow you, go to your job. She's gonna call you, text you. She's gonna call your family. She's gonna go cry to your mom. Make up a story about how you hit her one night while you were over there. Like, this is what he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's just doing it on here. Like, I swear, when I looked at Lycan, when I told you they were talking about me on his show last night, whenever Mr. Unknown had a chance to say something, he was like, yeah, fuck Janet.
And he's not even saying why. Yeah, he's not even saying what his problem is. You know, it's like, you know, obviously she gave you money or something, or you thought she was supposed to give you money or whatever. And
he never gave me a dime. I was his sponsor.
Yeah, I mean,
you want me to show you how many times I hit Devon's Cash App? Because his name is Alfonso Devon. I mean, I'm not doxing people. Caring is sharing.
God damn.
You know, us white folks, we just care. We share. We care. We don't know. Ain't that right, Alfonso?
I mean, it's just like, you know, what is the obsession there? I don't get it, you know. And it seems to me like there's money, like he wanted money. I mean, that's what he wanted. I mean,
he wants my beauty. He wants my energy. He wants my friendship. He wants to see my sexy ass bouncing my little booty around, you know, because I'll be showing it. Hey. But this is all about you today, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's his deal. I mean, so.
Yeah, he's just big mad, bro. And it's really sick.
He puts out ads of, hey, if there's any white women out there, we're looking for a co-host, you know, and he's so obviously
front door. He made an ad for white women to come to his panel. Oh God.
Yes.
He don't even like white people.
No, that's what he's doing. He's sitting there trolling for women. We need a female on here. Yeah, he literally made videos of that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I won't give him no likes or subs or down likes or nothing. So thank you for telling me that he's over there fucking trying to get somebody to be like me. Because that's why he misses me, darling. I was his co-host, darling. I can be a great co-host, can't I, JT?
That's right. I mean, he's just sitting there, he's trolling for women. That's what he's doing. I mean, supposedly married or this and that. Oh, he talks about his wife all the time, but he's sitting here steadily trolling for women. I mean, whenever he was white knighting for Sharon, I mean, it was sad.
Oh, he made her change her thing to say Cobra Queen or some shit. Like it was his wife.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it's pathetic the way he goes chasing women and shit. I'm just like, wow, really, bro? You know, are you that desperate? I mean, come on, let's relax. Let's take a second. Come on, man. You act like you ain't never had a woman in your life. I mean, come on. You act like you're a little virgin trolling for women or something. I mean, goddamn.
You really think it's me, or do you think it was my talent that I gave him? Because he didn't know how to work the StreamYard. He didn't know how to work his channel. Maybe he just misses, like, you know, me giving him advice, you know?
I don't think it's just, I think that he really was trying to get jiggy with you. I really do. I think that he wanted something there. There was something that he wanted from you, no doubt. And I mean, it's very clear.
He loved me live on a stream. Ooh. And I freaked out and I stopped talking and he got angry. And I think it started there, JT. But he really said, and there were guys up there. There were like 4 guys and me. And he said, I love you, Janet. I'll do anything. You know, you're my best friend. And I thought, oh my
Damn.
God, this is so awkward in front of these gentlemen.
Wow.
And then it just started to go downhill from there. And he wanted to be the sponsor for the shows. So he asked me to pretend that I was being sponsored by him. But I was the real sponsor, JT. He just wanted to control everything. Like, and I kind of let him because he did have a sexy voice. See, and I'm lonely, so I did. And he's a man, and you know how I feel about men, JT. You guys are first.
Yeah.
Yes, I respect what you say, don't I, JT?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I'm a good woman. I totally get it. But I think I let him control too much. And maybe that's why he's going psycho, because he misses.
And I think that you've hit the nail on the head. A lot of these people with all these issues, whether you're talking about lycanthropy, whether you're talking about Sarah, whether you're talking about Gina, whether you're talking about Mr. Unknown, these individuals got control issues. They want to control people.
Yep.
You know, and that's exactly what the issue is right there. I think you hit the nail directly on the head again. Very smart lady. So I mean, you hit it again. So it is what it is. You know, I mean, you truth bomb after truth bomb. It's like what the fuck, you know. It is
And
what it
that's why
is.
they don't like Empress Janet. That's why they just brought down my Empress Janet channel.
They don't
brought
realize
it
that
down,
you're somebody
bro.
they can't control.
They hit it, bro. But I didn't even mention it until right now. Like, I swear, I didn't never say nothing, bro, because look how Cruella's up and running. Get the fuck out of here. I'll hit the left on them bitches. I'm still better than Jamie. I'm still better than Sarah. That's why they hate me. Because you know why? They loved me too. I was Hollywood. See, I'm the real Hollywood. And they're mad because I want to give it to everybody. See, usually famous people want to keep all the fame to themselves, but they can't figure out why Janet wants to share it with everyone. But if I share these secrets, then everyone can be great. And then who's going to stop all of us?
Right. That's very true. But I mean, their issue is they can't control people. And you couldn't be controlled and you won't be controlled. And that's a good thing. That being an individual like you are, that's a beautiful thing. I appreciate that kind of a thing. Somebody that will not be controlled. I have no desire to control another human being.
Me neither, brother.
Yeah.
I just want to uplift you. I want to empower you, and I want to be there for you if you really need. I don't want to be taken advantage of. Just like Brutally Lauren, I really did like her, but she really asked me for that rent money, bro. And it was the time when I was talking to Eli, and I was going to ask Eli if he could give me half of that money so that we could get her that $539. When I woke up the next morning, she had already asked Coach J. Rom and Pablo, which is Frank. And I fucks heavy with Frank. So I feel bad that what happened to Frank over there. And it was not my fault going up on that stage because Frank never said he didn't like me. So JT, he was like you. He don't got a problem with people just because you got a problem with them. He called me his messiah. Every time he came to my show, he hit my cash app with like $30 and shit. So I don't have a problem with Frank. Shout out to Pablo Escobar. Because
Frank's the shit, yeah.
Frank is the shit, yo. Like his stream was fun, bro. He'd be like, my dick is bigger than yours. I'll be when you guys play in your sandboxes, you guys are fun. And women need to know how to play in boys' sandboxes without being disrespectful. I go play with the boys all the time, honey. Because they're a lot funner than the girls. The girls are too catty and and JoJo and Schmo and like, girl, bye. Get that shit. Boys talk about intelligent things that make sense, and then you learn stuff too. Yeah, Frank's one of them, and he likes to eat mushrooms on the stream and shit. He's like,
Frank's a good guy. I love
brings all
Frank.
the girls to the yard. I'll be cracking up. The boy sings the milkshake song.
Frank is the shit. I like ODN. You know, I mean, I'm friendly with ODN. I got no problems with ODN. I know that Patrick and ODN or Shingy and ODN, they don't like each other. you know, and I hope that both of them are okay with the fact that I'm okay with both of them.
I
You
think
know,
we need to do what you said and just mind our business with other people's problems. That's not your problem that ODN does not like Shangy, and therefore that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to associate with, both of them. And
right.
ODN actually was mad at me because I went on Shangy's panel when we were talking about the incident whenever the PlayStation porno stuff was involved. I was standing up for ODN, but ODN was in the background talking shit on me to Brutally Lauren. So I went up on a panel, and when I said fuck ODN, I just meant it like, for all that background shit, bro. Because nobody talked the truth about what's going on behind the scenes. I don't do all that fake front talk, back talk shit. Like, I'll say that shit to your face.
Well, originally, me and Sarah were friends at the time, right? And so we were friends, and I was tasked to do that to ODN before Johnny Rocket was.
Yeah.
So I already know it's fake.
Are you serious? She asked you to do it before they asked Johnny.
I don't think he watched all my videos, apparently. Yeah.
Shut the front door. That's why the universe brought you here.
I got evidence of it. It's already been shown on Susie Q's channel that I was tasked to get ODN. Yeah.
I don't watch Susie because every time I try to make it right with Susie, everything goes wrong with that. But I don't have a problem with her. And no, she's not a crackhead. No, she's not a drug addict. No. Everything I said was out of anger. But I can't go back, but like I said, I never had a problem with Susie. It's like everybody made that problem. And then rather than, knowing how to fix it, JT, you just roll with the punches on the shit,
Yeah, you got
like black people, we like to call names. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you a big-headed son of a bitch type of motherfucker. Like, fuck that crack whore. Like, we'll just say that, bro. Just out of fuck that bitch is boring. So we'll just add a couple words because adjectives is amazing, honey. You little slurp tooth ass whore. That sound a lot better. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to really say that you're, a crackhead, but and that's why I said I don't want to keep going rounds with the ladies. I like the ladies, and I want them to know that they can make streams. Like Fire Ice Witch, she got a nice voice, and she can make her own streams and get up on her panel. And folks don't support each other the right way. That's why people don't go live, because they're afraid nobody's going to come to their live.
I like Fire Ice Witch. She's my buddy, so I mean, she's cool. We know, again, we don't agree on everything, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Me and Fire Ice Witch.
The reason I respect Susie, Fire Ice Witch, and Shangy is because one night they portal jumped right into my stream at the end of the show. We were already ended, and they told me the truth about Sharon. Yeah. And I believed them then, and I should have stuck with it, but I didn't really. No, forgive me. I didn't believe them then. Yeah. I didn't believe them then. I should have believed them then. Mr. Shadow had us believing that they were truthful. So I did believe what they said back in the panel, but I didn't believe in what they said. So if anyone understands what I'm saying, then they would know that I should have gave them people that credit that night when they came to tell the truth that night.
I think that Sharon comes from a decent family. I think that her brother seems to be a really nice guy. I think that her father is probably a nice guy and stuff. And if you ask them or you talk to them, they'll tell you exactly like we're telling you.
Right. And I never was introduced properly to Susie. I never was introduced properly to Fire Ice Witch. I never really was introduced properly to Shangy either, because I was told to stay away from Shangy when you were in the echo chamber. You could have got kicked out of the echo. That was one of the rules. So the echo chamber has rules, and one of the rules was not to talk to Shangy, go to his channel, or associate yourself with anybody that Shangy was associating him. So they were blackballing him, and I didn't realize that, in the group. Because you come into the group and, you give some likes, they say your name on the panel. Matter of fact, I never even got my member stuff. Like, you know how when you join their membership on their YouTube and they're supposed to like send you stuff. I told him to make me a cartoon, right? He makes that fucking gremlin cartoon with my face and the sunglasses. I wanted a real cartoon for my membership money.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of ignorant that he made that fucking meme and didn't even give me the fucking meme. And that's not the meme I wanted. He could have made a better cartoon meme of me. He made a gremlin though with like the worst one because I told him to make it the gremlin person. Like make the girl, the gremlin lady with the body. Yeah, she got the body and everything. He could have put that body and my face on that, and I would have took that meme because that's what I asked for. Like he took it and did what he wanted with it and made that ugly gremlin with the glasses and all that. Yeah, he used to have my picture come up when he starts his show. You know how he starts his show.
I know. Well, I mean, the objective is to belittle you and to put you
and
down.
that's all I kept seeing was that he belittles you. He jokes with you. He kept calling Mama Goonie black. I said, if any black people were really around here, you'd get smacked.
Yeah, he don't know how to treat people. I mean, and everything's about him. So I mean,
I don't even know if I still have that clip where he came up and called me nigger, 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 nigger. But I wanted to say that he was trolling that day, but no, he wants to call me that.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
He really does. That's what he really wants to call me.
Well, I mean, he's more or less
now
a
he's trying to call
conservative.
me mentally ill, mentally challenged, but I do mental health awareness on my
Well, hell, he's probably mentally ill. I mean,
to help people.
Name somebody that's not mentally ill in some form or fashion. I mean, or doesn't have some sort of mental illness or mental issues or something like that. I mean, goddamn. I mean, all of us have, some form of mental illness to one degree or another. I mean, come on. I mean,
and that's why I made the fellowships online topics about mental illness, because if you don't mind, one time you can come over there and talk about it if you know anybody that has it. I like to hand out hotline numbers. I like to give people websites. And also I like to have others explain it, because maybe you just have a little anxiety. Maybe you have a little depression. But there are people around us that have something. And then how do you deal with those people is the things I like to talk about. Because we need to be kinder with words. Like, stop and think before you just run a stop sign, or get mad when somebody runs a stop sign, or maybe somebody cuts you off by accident, but you're taking it too personal. When you stop in those moments, you become the firefighter instead of the victim. I like more firefighters than victims, because everybody can't be a victim in the fire. Somebody's got to save you from the fire.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, like, I have Asperger's syndrome. I mean, that's the way it is. A lot of people have all kinds of mental illness. I mean, there's the populations eat up with it. I mean, that's part of being a human being. Just about is having some form of mental illness of some kind to one degree or another.
I have anxiety. I have depression. I have OCD. I have ADHD. And I'm happy. And I use my mechanisms, my, ways of coping. And
it's just fun for you to overcome.
Right. I like to stay happy. So, I create a world where there's nothing wrong. If you don't let it bother you, it can't hurt you.
Nope.
People will probably not hear that, but it's true.
And you shouldn't be hurt.
Something goes wrong, I'll be like, oh shit, here we go. Hold on to your seatbelt.
Well, you should have a good
here
life.
we go down the rabbit hole. Because then I laugh, and then I'm able to walk myself through it.
Well, people ain't made to be hurt, and people are made to be loved and taken care of, and things like that. That's what we're made for. I mean, this idea that people are made to be hurt, that's insanity. I mean, some people are so abusive, to individuals for no reason, and it just shouldn't be that way. This should be. So I mean, hell yeah, anything that hurts you, you should try to leave it alone. Absolutely.
Well, I don't want no one hurting you out here. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I will stay out of people's business and I don't, know what they're saying, but, nobody's going to be able to come to my stage and talk bad about you, JT. You are in the Discord. So everybody in the Discord
Well,
that's in there now, he is in the
you can't
Discord.
control everybody. They got to be able to have their own opinions on things. If they want to say something bad about me, it's okay. I mean, we can have a discussion. I can come up and have a discussion with them. I mean, it's okay.
I
We don't
want
all
that.
have to agree. Yeah, we don't all have to agree with everything. I mean, like Sharon, is a hurt person who hurts people. It'd be nice if Sharon could get over, that and stop hurting people, the way that she does. It'd be nice if Sarah could stop doing that kind of thing. It'd be nice if Gina could stop doing that kind of thing.
It'd be nice if she could come up here and say what her issue is with you, and then you guys can have the understanding. Because I don't mind if someone comes up here and tells me why they don't like me, and then
right.
are we done with it? So does anything else have to be said after that person speaks their piece? I don't think so. Because I will not have a problem with you even after you tell me what the problem really is.
Right. Like I had a falling out with Sharon. We got over the falling out, and then I was like, I'm done fighting with you for the longest time.
But you guys dated. This is different. You guys actually dated or had encounterments for real in the real world. So I think it's a whole different situation, JT. I never had an encounterment outside in the real world with any of these people. This has all been internet fun.
Right. Well, I mean, we did have an encounter, and then we got over it or whatever. And I was like, "Look, I'm not going to fight with you anymore. I'm cool with you." And we were cool for the longest time. And then, I had another encounter with somebody else, and then out of nowhere, she decides, well, she's got to get involved in that. You know what I mean? And that's what has created the problem between me and her again. But if she would just leave everybody alone and stop messing with everybody, as she probably has lately, as far as I know, unless she has a new channel somewhere I don't know about, and is doing the same
have a new
thing.
channel. Somebody asked me for it today. I do have it, but I'm not sharing it because she wants to be free, and I need you guys to let her be free on her channel.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
She doesn't want anybody to know.
The fact of the matter is that if she would leave people alone and stop obsessing with people, like whether it be Susie or me or whoever, that they would leave her alone. And then that would be that. For the longest, like I said, for the longest time, I never messed with her and she never messed with me. For the longest time. And then she just has to jump out of nowhere and attack my real life. Get in contact with my ex-wife and shit and fuck with my real life.
Yeah, that's
for no reason. For no reason. Which is what Sarah did as well. Which is what Gina did as well.
Right. And they are vicious women like that. So I didn't want Sharon to be a part of that. But I feel like I said, these relationships turn you into another person. Some people don't go back and reflect on who they really are so that they can change back. Like you did that night when you wrote the comment in ODN's chat room. You said, back off, Janet. I mean, you can even say the words that you said to me if you remember them.
I don't really remember.
But I remember them because they mattered. And you just said, you're not a part of this. Please don't say rude things to me when you have nothing to do with this. And I had to sit back for like 5 minutes, didn't I? I didn't type anything in the chat room. Then I typed and I apologized. And ODN saw it and he was responding to it. So therefore, you spoke your truth that night to me. And I'm forever grateful. I'm not going to sit here and lie or make up anything that's not true because, JT, as a man, you did something that these gentlemen need to be doing. See, you set yourself into gentleman mode for me, brother.
Oh
There
yeah,
are
absolutely. I
there
always
are
do.
men and then there's gentlemen. And my mama told me the difference, honey. And I
Yeah,
saw a gentleman that night. And
yeah.
I
I'm
respected you for it, and I'm going to continue to respect you for it. And
I
again, you're not on my team. We're not doing anything together. You're more than welcome to be at my channel. You're more than welcome to be at any of my friends' channels. You're more than welcome to be anywhere you need to be. I will never control you. I will not ever ask you to do anything negative. I will only ask that you salute at any time when you see people in the chat room, when they're
Oh yeah,
speaking to you, and when you convo with different people, you never know where life will take you. So I wish
absolutely.
everyone the best, and I hope that they're doing the best that they can. But I'm moving on from that because, again,
Exactly.
I have to go to an interview in less than, maybe 25 minutes now. That
Oh, geez.
I was afraid of, JT, because of everything that's happened. Like, how do you
Mhm.
answer questions when you don't even know if you've got the answer because they turned me into something through their words. I still know who I am. I'm still the
Exactly.
person that you met, 4 months ago, but I just have evolved, JT. And again, I evolved even the other night more through what you helped me do. So,
Oh
like,
yeah.
thank you for even coming and talking with me and making me feel more comfortable to go to this interview because
Hell yeah, girl. Absolutely. You
I
should be
want to
comfortable.
tell the story. I don't want to move fast. I don't want to get
Mhm.
emotional because I'll cry, honey.
It'll be
But
all
I just
right.
want to
I'll
truth
give
be
you a
known.
hug.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I just
Yeah.
want my truth to be told.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then I
You
want to
should
move
be able
on
to.
from this as well. So it's weird
Mhm.
how it's all going to end tonight with you, with us convoying. Because again, you're not night whiting, you're warrior for the truth. So that's for
Right.
anybody. He will fight for anybody who he will make sure the truth is out there in these YouTube streets. So shout out to JT, the King Troll of the Century, because you did some things for me, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate
He
you too.
also gave me strength tonight to continue the fight of the truth. That's
That's
my
right.
goal.
The truth is all that matters. I mean, you got the truth, you got everything, you know?
It never changes. It's so simple to tell the story. It's
That's
a lot
right.
harder to keep on dealing with the reactions of it because they're trying
hmm
to change the narrative or they're believing what they heard rather than hearing what I say.
Right. Right. I mean, the truth is the truth is the truth. I mean, if you didn't want to suffer the repercussions of whatever it is you did, you shouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? And that's the way, that's the truth, you know. That's part of, you know, being a grown up and an adult and accepting responsibility for whatever it is
Definitely.
that goes on in the world, you know. I
Definitely.
mean,
I'm not
mhm.
here to save the world, but I'm not of the world.
And I have no desire forever wanting to be responsible for hurting, you know, you or somebody else that, you know, has never done anything to me. I don't want to accept that responsibility for anything, you know. And so it's just that I got no desire for that, you know, whatsoever. I've hurt enough people, you know, unintentionally, you know, that it's just not something that I want anymore. You know what I mean? At all. And if I can avoid it at all costs, I will. You know.
And thank you for saying that. And that's why,
Yeah.
again, I appreciate you because someone asked you to troll me, someone asked you to hurt me, someone asked you to throw my name around these YouTube streets, and you said no. And I don't want to
Hell no.
cry, JT, but I just can't believe that you came to me and fucking said, I'm not going to do that shit. Like,
Hell
you're
no.
so fucking amazing right now. I
Yeah.
just love you so much, brother, because you're like the first one. Like, I never
No.
did nothing to anybody. I really
Yeah.
didn't.
I know. I know. And people hurt people, and it's not your fault. It's just the way it is, you know. It's just the unfortunate fact of events. People try to hurt me all the time because they're hurt. People are gonna try to hurt you all the time because they're hurt. And it's not that, it's nothing that has anything to do with you personally. It's just the way that the world is, and it's unfortunate. And we can just all try to change it together and work together to change it. You know what I mean? And fix it. You know, the best way we can, and that's all we can do. You know, that's all we can do, baby.
I appreciate you.
And I
Well,
appreciate you
can you
too.
see the chat room? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna link you up with the interview where I'm going for
Okay,
the
cool,
interview. I'm actually
cool.
gonna stick it
I'll
in
be in
your
the chat supporting
in
you.
your private. I'll put it back in your private. That way you know you'll have it. Yeah, I appreciate it because again, if I can get people to come, just to support me because I am nervous. I'm not
No, you got
afraid.
nothing to
I'm
be nervous about.
nervous because like I said, I'm a perfectionist, and I want the
You'd be
truth
great.
to be told, but I don't like being put on the spot. So
Right.
I have to learn to walk through those weaknesses so that they're my strengths.
That's
So,
right.
but thank you for tonight because you actually helped, get some of those weaknesses. I have
Yeah.
another person, shout out to Friendly Extortion, because he even said the same thing that you said. So he
Mm.
gave me a lot of confidence in, preparing for the interview. We're going to
Well, you'll
actually,
get stronger every day. You'll get stronger every day, and every time that you do it, you'll get stronger and stronger. And that's the way, life works as well. The more you do something, the more stronger you're going to get at doing that thing that you're doing.
definitely.
You know, that's the
And
way it
just
is.
accepting who I am, accepting I make mistakes, accepting that I can admit to people that I make mistakes, and, just living life, like you said, in the moment, because that's kind of all
Hmm.
we got. So
Yeah.
we're going to actually end it here. Is there any last words you'd like to say, JT? I'm going to put you right here.
All right. Peace out and love to everybody. You know. So.
Make sure
Mhm.
you guys are walking in hope, love, forgiveness. Go over to T
Mhm.
History Show. I'll be over there doing an interview. I love you guys in the chat room. Thank you, Josiah, for everything that you do. I love you. I'll put the link, in the Discord as well. Shout outs to JT. Let's get it. Let's get it once. Let's get it twice. Here, I'll give it. I'm gonna put your channel in the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Yeah, so you guys like and subscribe to JT's channel, guys. Here's his link, Josiah. That's for JT. And thanks for coming, guys. Shout out to everybody who's out there doing big things. I mean, stay safe, stay in love, stay in hope, and walk in forgiveness, guys.